There's nothing better than seeing how the AI handles money in Football Manager. Do they have a clue what they are doing? Well, with FC Zurich, I have given them unlimited money. I mean, best we can. So they have been given 5 billion over the next 10 years. 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, another 100 million per season for the next 10 years. And it's renewable. So they are going to be spending money left, right and centre. The question is, can they handle it? So season 1 has come to an end. FC Zurich, 4th, I see here. Let's have a look, shall we? They finished 4th, won 15, drew 7, lost 14 with 52 points. They have qualified for the Europa Conference League. Okay. This is the big one. Well, first off, facilities. How's that looking? Average, great, excellent, exceptional. That's not bad. They are renting the stadium, 26,000, so they could look at buying their own now the unlimited money. Let's have a look. This season, they sold £4.1 million worth. This was the main sale. That guy obviously has gone through before the game started, so most of these would have gone through before the game started. In terms of their signings, it's from here. So Edgar Lee, they brought in on 10,000 a week, a central defender. Torno, they signed, a left-back, 33-year-old Spanish. They signed from Luzerne, this 20-year-old Mexican who... You have unlimited money, Zurich. I mean, maybe they signed this guy for his long throws. They don't need him for anything else. They signed a 37-year-old goalkeeper, and they also signed a 23-year-old goalkeeper for 9.25 million from Watford. Okay, so we've jumped forward another season, but then we've also gone to the end of August to see how the transfer window went for them. So first off, let's go to stages. The second season, they came 5th. The second season, they came 5th. But that's after 22 games. So then, does it split? It does. Championship, and then they came last. Did they win the cup or something? No. 2018, they won that. They won the youth league, runners up. But no. Okay, then they qualified for the Europa League, but they came 5th. Okay, whatever. Let's first off, facilities. They still are renting a ground. Excellent, superb, excellent, exceptional. Okay. This is what we're here for. Second season. Now they're spending the cash. They've sold some players. We're not interested in who's been sold. They brought in some free players here. Trebell from Anderlecht, for example, isn't a bad player. He's 33. 50k from Pilsen for a 23-year-old centre. I mean, why? Just why? Like, why? Right, German, neck, awful. What are they doing? 25 million for Jeremy Sarmento, Ecuadorian winger. Not bad. Should definitely tear up this league. So, okay. They've spent 25 million there. 18k from Young Boys of Bern. They've signed this guy. He's not a bad player for 18k, you know. For 18, I would take him to my AB side on my Build a Nation series. Check out on the channel. Besso from St. Gallen. Swiss striker. So they brought in a young striker there. From Spal, they've signed Esposito. Again, decent player. Valued more than they paid for him. So there's another good signing. For 14.25 million, they brought in a 30-year-old wing-back. I feel like that's probably a bad decision. Fabotto from Juventus. See, that's a good deal. 500,000, left-back, 25 years old. That I can get on board with, Zurich. Going into this season then, they spent 22.5 million on Trasoldi from Hanover. He's a 20-year-old striker who is very, very talented. So, okay, we can accept that one. brought in a player from Dortmund here. Oh, hello. So a season after they spent 15 million on a right wing back, they signed another right wing back on a free, who's just as good. I feel like they're not planning this properly. Another goalkeeper. 2 years after they signed the one from Watford, who was 23 years old, for 9.25 million, they brought in another goalkeeper, Serbian this time, Vajkovic, for 5.75. Papetti comes in, central defender, again, very talented. I like some of the deals they're making here. Wage-wise, they're not spending insane yet. 48,000 a week on Trasoldi, for example. Let's take charge of them. If we had a manager, use profile, let's go Zurich. Let's take charge just to see how their financial situation is looking going into the third season. 838 million in the bank, 189 million transfer budget, and 1.3 million left on the wage budget. Okay. Yeah, Zurich are looking quite powerful money-wise. Let's jump 5 seasons further forward and see how it's looking. Because one of the things I want to see is, does it help build the whole nation? Can one club build the whole nation? Okay, Zurich, stages. Let's go back to the first season. So we know they came 4th. The season after that, they came 5th. Season after that, they came 2nd. They came 2nd there. Champions Group, they finished in 2nd. Okay. Season after that, they came 7th. How the hell did you come 7th, Zurich? And then, yeah. And then they ended up in the relegation group, which they obviously won, but what are they doing? Okay. The season after that, they finished 10 points off top in 3rd, but they won the league in the end. How? They finished 1st with 61 points. They had 54 points. But I should have picked a league with an easier system. The season after that, Zurich won the league, but then they didn't win the Champions. No, they came 4th on the Champions Group there. Okay. And then this season here, Zurich came 2nd, but Grasshoppers got relegated. What the bejesus is going on there? What are you doing, Zurich? I'm curious. They are spending over 100,000 a week on 3 different players. Over 100,000 a week on 3 different players. They are spending an absolute fortune on players, and somehow they are not the best team in the league. Now, competition reputation-wise, the Switzerland League is now up to 9th. So they're sitting in a decent position. I'm wondering if, as they constantly get money, can they improve the whole nation? But they can't even be the best team in their nation at the minute. Again, they've only won 1 of the first 4 games this season. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Okay, this is the next season after we last looked at. They sold £47 million worth of talent. Trasoldo left the season after they signed him. He left for 45 million total. They signed Victor Guzman, central defender, Mexican. So they picked up him for 14 million. But apart from that, they were just small deals, really. Just small deals after that. The season after that, they spent 38 million. Any big transfers? I'm looking down the list now to see if any of them stand out. You got 7 million from Nantes there. Maybe they hoped he would develop better, but he's awful. 6 million from Granada, left back, 33 years old now, but I just feel like this club doesn't have a plan, doesn't have a clue. They are just throwing money and hoping something happens. 21 million from FC Zurich, from Young Boys. So he's an example of them signing someone from within the league, 6.5 million from Lugano. Young Boys there, 3.2. 1.6 to St. Gallen. Young Boys, Servat for 2.7 million. Central defender. So they are pumping money back in to their national league. 97 million spent here. The biggest one there. 25 million from West Ham. Very talented player. Very talented player. Definitely good enough to play at a higher level. Club Bruges. Again, look at that. 21 years old he is now. What a player this guy is. Sebasic. I'm curious if he ends up leaving. I thought that was him for a second. They've not spent any money here so far in this season. We're on the 1st of September. That's interesting. But they've not managed to take control of the league. They've won the league once. They've won the cup once. They've not done anything else. I'm actually shocked with how much money we've been pumping into them. They've not done anything else. Let's jump further forward and see how it's looking. So we've jumped to the 1st of September 2034. So we're another 5 years forward here. And they've still not started well. I'm going straight onto it. Okay. So they won the league 2030, 31, 32, 33 and 34. Okay. So they've actually won the league the last few years in a row. Are they now becoming the dominant force? It's looking like it. They now have 4 players on over 100,000 a week. I think upstairs is drilling, because that is a very bloody annoying noise. You can see here former Arsenal youngster Balogun. He is now at Zurich on 99,000 a week. 33 years old. Very good, decent player, you know. Develops into a good player. 2 of their highest earners are transfer list. One of them for 65k. You get half a week's wages if you buy him. Gabriel Veron. He's not a bad player, really. He's 31 years old, though. Definitely not worth the money they're paying for him. So let's jump back to here. They hadn't signed anyone when we left them. They did pick up 2 players in January. Both from inside their league again. I like what I'm seeing here. They are picking up players again and again from inside their own league. And that is obviously going to fund other clubs to do business. 90 million spent there. 19 million to St. Gallen. Lugano got 6.5 million, so there's 2 big deals right there. 55 million the year after. Young Boys got 5.25 million. A deal at bottom there, Luzerne, 2.7 million. 71 million spent the year after. 33 million. And then 400 grand so far this season. They do like to do business in January, I'm starting to see. Maybe it's when they panic and think they're not going to do anything successful. In terms of the league then, still ranked 9th. It was 10th. Okay, so they actually went down. And it's now up to 10th. Okay. Okay, we seeing changes. So Zurich now have won it the last 5 years in a row. So they are starting to become the dominant force. Will that continue? It's another question. So I have jumped 15 years into the future now. I'm expecting to see the most dominant team you will ever see in the history of the world. Zurich here, they won it again. So now I want to go into history, competitions. They didn't win it for 4 years after that. Then they won it 2 years in a row. Then went 8 years without winning it. 8 years without winning it. Okay, then who? Past winners. Where was he? Then Grasshopper won it. Basel, Grasshopper, Zurich, St. Gallen, Thurn, Grasshopper, Basel, Grasshopper, Zurich. Grasshopper seemed to be a very strong contender. I'm looking at it now. Spending seems to have levelled out. It seems to have levelled out. In terms of what the club is spending, they are still throwing fairly big money. They are recouping quite a lot, but they are spending 107 million there. They are spending big money. I'm just wondering, Grasshopper, what are you guys doing? If we go to the last season, 2 million, sold 22 million. 8.5, 10, sold. Even again. Little bit. Made money. Little bit. Not even close. Grasshopper aren't even close with their spending. They do have a couple of high earners, but nothing even close to what Zurich are doing. Have Zurich finally... Zurich are still renting a stadium in 2049. They are still renting. They still have superb... They've not maxed out facilities. They've never won a European competition. They finished runners-up in the Conference League, but I would say the Swiss League type thing, that is the level where clubs can push for the Conference League. So I'm not shocked there. The competition is up to the 8th best now. It's now up to the 8th best, so it's like the best of the rest behind quite a lot of them. But I'm just shocked, because if we go to add new manager, and we select Zurich, they predicted to come second, by the way. No one predicted to win the league. Come on, skip through all that. Come on. Financially, they have over $1 billion in the bank, 250 million budget, 6 million wage budget. They still have 3 billion every 10 years coming in, as well as some others. Like, in them sponsors alone, you could spend 300 million a season and break even. I've jumped to 2060. I had to. I was going to call it a dead end then and just say, like, I don't know, but I've jumped. They won 2 titles in the last 10 years. They did win the Europa League in 2051. They finished runners-up in the Conference League again. But it blows my mind that they have not done better. Basel, without the money, have won the Conference League. Grasshoppers have won the Super Cup and won the Europa League and won the Conference League. Let me go back to Zurich. Facilities, superb. They're still renting. We're in 2060. We are pumping hundreds of millions a season in a sponsorship, and the AI can, 1, not dominate the league, 2, they cannot improve their facilities correctly, and 3, they can't build their own bloody stadium. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.